boxer, how do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
I mean, what he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him.
Haven't seen Gervonta Davis in another sexual assault allegation, lawsuits incoming, potentially criminal charges levied. We don't know yet, but we know that fight is up in the air, and I think that fight's not going to happen, and they're going to either have to move the fight back or they're going to have to look to a replacement or both. I don't know.
It's still technically scheduled for November 14th to air on Netflix, but it's basically hanging on by a thread. But the team, Jake Paul's team, have reportedly gone and contacted all the fighters, and the names that they're looking at contacting to fight as a late replacement.
Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather has once again set the combat sports world buzzing, this time by publicly calling out Jake Paul following the cancellation of Gervonta Tank, Davis's upcoming fight, which was scrapped due to Davis's ongoing legal issues. Mayweather hinted that he's ready to step in himself, and unlike his previous exhibitions, he insisted this would be a genuine professional bout, not just a showcase. He made it clear he has no plans to change weight divisions or delay. If it happens, it'll be a straight-up, sanctioned contest. The surprise challenge immediately sent shockwaves through the boxing community, with fans debating whether Floyd is truly preparing for a serious return to competitive fighting, or if it's just another power move to remind everyone he's still the biggest draw in the sport.
But at the time, people badly wanted you and Jake Paul to fight. Is he someone you're interested in or no?
Well, if you go back, you gotta do your homework, look on the internet. I think he was doing a sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He said, I'm only doing real fights. Now, of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at. But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money. And he's
due to the ongoing lawsuit and related investigation, the much-anticipated exhibition bout between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul has officially been called off. Davis's promotional team, Most Valuable Promotions, released a statement confirming that they've reviewed the situation and decided not to move forward with the event, while the legal issues remain unresolved.
The situation, he was supposed to be boxing Gervonta Tank Davis, a man that weighs 133 pounds or 135. Regardless, it's a man that is way smaller than Jake Paul. So that is just ridiculous, and I've given my thoughts on that before anyway. But now it turns out that Gervonta Davis has some allegations about domestic abuse. I don't know too much about the situation, but apparently Netflix have pulled the plug on that fight. It says, here's a tweet I'm reading from Mike Coppinger. As reported, Jake Paul's return could shift to December, with the November 14th Netflix exhibition in jeopardy due to the latest allegations against Gervonta Davis. Sources tell Ring Magazine that December 12th and the 19th.
Gervonta Tank. Davis is currently facing a civil lawsuit filed by his former partner, Courtney Roselle, stemming from an alleged altercation on October 27th at a Miami nightclub where she is employed. According to court documents, Roselle accuses Davis of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The complaint outlines claims that Davis physically confronted and restrained her in several areas of the venue, including the stairwell, kitchen, and parking garage. Authorities in Miami Gardens have confirmed that a criminal investigation is underway alongside the civil proceedings.
Former boxing champion Gervonta Tank Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Russell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses. She claims Davis physically attacked her a number of times during their relationship. Russell claims the most recent incident was Monday at a Miami nightclub. Davis is scheduled to fight Jake Paul in Miami.
Chael Sonnen has spoken out about the confusion surrounding the rumored cancellation of the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight, saying he personally reached out to both camps in search of clarity. Sonnen explained that he contacted representatives from Jake's team and Tank's team to verify whether the reports were true, but neither side provided a clear response. According to Sonnen, that lack of communication only fueled speculation that something bigger might be happening behind the scenes. He hinted that when neither fighter nor their management openly denies a rumor like this, it often signals deeper issues at play, possibly connected to legal troubles or promotional disputes, rather than simple scheduling conflicts.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I have an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched him weigh in. I want to say it was like...
With Gervonta Tank Davis's fight now in limbo, Floyd Mayweather has stepped forward and challenged Jake Paul directly. The undefeated boxing icon hasn't held back in his assessment of Jake's skills, admitting that while Paul has made a name for himself in the crossover boxing scene and knows how to draw attention, he doesn't yet view him as a true professional boxer. Mayweather has gone so far as to say that a potential matchup with Paul would be too simple, suggesting that Jake wouldn't pose a real threat to someone with his experience and pedigree. He also pointed out that despite Jake's commercial success and growing popularity, a fight against an elite-level boxer would quickly reveal the difference in skill, technique, and ring IQ that separates entertainers from seasoned champions.
There are many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever, period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents? Or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's where his mindset's at.
Many fans still believe there are unanswered questions from Floyd Mayweather's career, especially because of his hesitation to grant rematches against certain high-profile opponents. In comparison, Jake Paul has built his record largely by facing fighters who are considerably older, smaller, or past their prime. Mayweather has commented on this directly, noting that while Jake has done an impressive job building excitement and selling fights, the level of competition he's faced doesn't reflect that of a true contender. Floyd cautioned that when Jake finally steps into the ring with a top-tier professional, it could reveal the limits of his boxing ability and expose the difference between entertainment-driven bouts and real championship-level fighting.
Second question is just with Logan Paul and then Jake Paul now fighting Mike soon in the summer. What do you think defines a real boxer? Because I feel like people are still confused on if Jake Paul is a YouTuber boxer or a real boxer. How do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
What he's doing is, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him.
Meanwhile, several fighters and analysts have praised Floyd Mayweather not only for his trademark speed and defensive mastery, but also for his mental strength. They argue that what truly set him apart was his unwavering confidence, the absolute belief that he could defeat anyone who stepped into the ring with him. Former boxer Tony Jeffries, for instance, has highlighted how Mayweather's mindset and psychological edge often gave him control before the first punch was even thrown, allowing him to dictate the tone and tempo of nearly every fight.
They're really confident, they really believe in themselves, but you need more than that mindset. You need to have the full package of everything that I'm talking about, what Floyd has got.
Fighters should only want to get better. The more you win, the more you should work hard. If you think about losing, you're going to lose. All I ever thought about was winning. So that's all I know.
Floyd would visualize his success before he even stepped into the ring. There was no alternative to him but winning. And this mindset isn't just for boxing, it's for all walks of life. And I've actually done a full video talking about how I used this mindset of visualization to win my Olympic medal. And it was an absolute game changer. Now, Floyd used to use this mindset to ease the pressure that he put himself under. And he made himself think like, I'm not under any pressure right now, where he was under immense pressure.
Pressure either makes you or break you. Well, you see where I'm at, so it's obvious that I'm the type of athlete or I'm the type of entertainer that can deal with pressure. There's never no pressure.
Now, if you watch his fight in 2013 when he fought Canelo Alvarez, Canelo came in a young, strong, undefeated fighter, but by round 2, Floyd kind of had him figured out. He was reading Canelo's jab. He would slip outside and then come back with a clean counter punch, then move his feet and get out of the way. He basically had the full fight under control, and he was controlling the full rhythm of the fight. He was forcing Canelo to fight at his pace. And this is what he would do in all of his fights. He would get his opponent to do what he wanted them to do without their opponent even realizing it, which is what we call boxing IQ. Now, even though I'm not a fan of Floyd Mayweather personally, because of the time when I did meet him, what he said to me made me just feel like this guy is a piece of shit. And